All right, welcome to Cooking with Mr. Walker. I'm going to try to show you some dishes that I make for my family. They're pretty simple, easy to make, and that you can make for your family. All right, the first thing we're going to do is salmon today. I make a really good salmon, at least according to my family. And this is a staple in the Walker household. We try to make this about once a week, and everybody seems to love it. And it always seems to come out better than anything we get at a restaurant. So the first thing you need to do is start with a good piece of salmon. I try to get a fresh piece of salmon. Let's see. Salmony. I got this from Sam's. It was about $28 for 3 pounds of salmon, but that'll feed at least 6 or 7 people easily, the 4 of us. So we get the salmon out, and the first thing you want to do is prepare it. This is a skinless salmon. Either way, skin on, skin off, you prepare it the same way, just the dog won't get the skins this time. So the first thing we want to do to prepare it is to get kind of the slime off. So we're going to pat down, dry out this salmon, so when we do put the seasoning on there, it'll really sink in. So we're going to get kind of the slime, the juice off. Yuck. We want to do it on both sides. We don't want to put it back on that tray. Let's see, we'll get another paper towel here, and we'll put it right there, and then we'll pat down this side, get it dry on both sides with those scissors. This kind of breaks it up a little bit too, so it's ready to receive the seasoning. All right, now we're going to get our pan. We'll put a little non-stick coating on the pan so it doesn't stick to it later. All right, and we're going to put it, see this dark line here? That's the bottom of the salmon, so you want to put it so that pink side's up. All right, sometimes it gets a little big here, so we're just going to cut this right here so we can fit the whole fillet on the pan. All right, now we got to prepare it. All right, pretty simple. We're going to keep it simple today. We're going to take some Himalayan pink sea salt. I guess it's not sea salt, it comes in the Himalayas. We're just going to kind of give it a nice sprinkling there. All right, and we're going to add it a little bit. All right, then we're going to take some pepper, freshly ground pepper, and put that on there. All right, I like a lot of pepper, so I'm going to make sure that pepper's in there nice and good. All right, then we're going to put some red pepper flakes in there. That's optional, but I like a little bit of spice in there. Kind of kicks up metabolism. I'm going to do it a red pepper bay style. That's what my daughter calls me. I'm just kidding. That's not true. I don't even know what any of that means. So I'll put some red pepper flakes on there. And then, you know, sometimes I put some different kind of seasonings on it. You know, a little bit of variety. There's some Cajun seasoning. This is a jerk seasoning. I put like a coconut lime on there. A garlic sriracha is always good. You can put some garlic powder. I'm going to go with a little jerk spice today. This is some stuff I got from World Market there in Kirkwood. Have a neat place in the Jamaica aisle. All right, so we're going to put that on there. We're going to beat that in. This is the fun part. All right, going to work clean. And then now we're going to put a little butter. Take a little butter here. Just going to cut up maybe about 3 tablespoons of butter and some thin slices here. And we're going to put these on the fish in different spots. Just enough to when it melts, starts cooking, it'll kind of cook in there and make it nice and moist. Some people rub olive oil on their salmon. Some people kind of maybe melt the butter. Sometimes I'll shred up some jalapeno, put it with the butter, and then pour that on there, melt it. That's good. But I find this works pretty well too. Just kind of strategically place your butter so when it melts, it's going to melt into the fish. And that usually comes out pretty good. Nice and tasty. I suppose butter's optional, but if you want it to taste good, you gotta go with some butter. All right, I think we got enough. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna stick this back into the refrigerator, let that sit for at least 30 minutes so those spices can kind of soak in. In a moment, I'm gonna set my oven to 375 and we'll come back and put this fish in. All right, now we gotta set the oven. We're gonna set it to 375. We're gonna give that a little time to warm up before we stick the fish in. One thing my daughter was telling me in the meantime here was that I asked her if she ever makes this salmon at her college, and she says no, salmon's too bougie. And she heard the price, $28 for that 3-pound salmon. That's a lot of salmon. It can feed a lot. Plus, you know, if you think about like $25, $30, that's usually how much you'd spend, I guess, at a fast food place for 4 people. So it's really not that much. All right. All right, now time's come to put the salmon in the oven. So we're gonna take it out, and we're not gonna do anything special to it. We're not gonna cover it. We're not gonna throw any more seasoning. We got our butter on there, although there's a little piece of paper on that butter. And it is ready to go in. We're just gonna put it right there in the middle rack. And we'll see it again in probably around 25 minutes, anywhere from about 23 to 30 minutes. You should allow it to cook depending on the size of your fillet. This is a little bigger one, so we might go 27 minutes with this one. My wife likes it a little done more than less, so if I overcook it just a little bit, it's not a big deal, and that butter will keep it nice and tender. Alexa, timer, 27 minutes.
But what's your excuse for those shoes?
All right, that's enough. All right, the timer's about to go off. I got my oven mitt, I got my fork, because we're going to do the flake test. We're going to dig in a little bit and see if it's nice and flaky. If it is, that means our salmon's done. That's the timer. Alexa, timer off. Ooh, there it is. That looks good. Let's see. Do a flake test. Yep, nice and flaky. I'm gonna try a little bit. Yummy, yummy. Hot. All right, so that salmon's ready to go. Got hot sauce. We're gonna have a nice salad that Mad Dog made, and we're ready to eat. All right, so there you go. That's how you can make a good piece of salmon, a good piece of fish to feed your family, feed everything else. So I hope you enjoyed cooking with Mr. Walker, and I'll see you again real soon.